No matter where you are, you could be my only star. この想いを消してしまうにはまだ人生長いでしょう。Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Sometimes I get confused a little bit. I would be like thinking Fullmetal Brotherhood Alchemist, but no. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah. Episode 3. And the last episode, there was this backstory of how Al and Edward became the way they were. Their mother died. Their father is an absentee father. The mother died. And then they tried to revive her, I guess, but it went wrong. You had Edward lose his legs, right? One of his legs. Something, and then you had Al completely like disappear, and then Edward got transported into this truth version world or something, and then he came out of it and he's like, I'm not gonna let my brother go, and then he did some kind of thing to affix the brother's soul to the armor that was there, and in the process he lost his arm, I think. So yeah, and then after that you had the state alchemist state person Roy come and offer them and wanted them to join the state alchemist so that they can have access to research and stuff and try to find a cure for their problems, and they need the philosopher's stone to do that. And yeah, now the thing they headed to a town where there's some kind of priest that's doing miracles or something, and that's why they're going there to investigate. So, and yeah, and then we met their best friend, Winry, I think she's called, and she's the one that created I think they're calling Automail. The new arm and leg for Edward, right? Yeah. So, that's what happened, and let's check out this episode. And before we get into it, if you guys like my reactions, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you can find the full length of this reaction and early access to a few of the animes that I'm reacting to right now. So let's check out this episode, and here we go. This episode, I was mostly in my own head while all of this was going on, because I'm a very religious person. So I'm just seeing what's going on here, and I'm thinking about my real world religion. I'm Catholic, so it's thinking of those things, him pretending to be the messenger of God and tricking people and all that. So I'm getting upset. And then when Edward said that he was an atheist, I'm like, oh, I wish you weren't. And then I don't know, and then I'm like, the way the world is, I can't bring my religion into it, because no, there's no transmutation stuff in real life. So it's just put that aside and just watch the show for what it is. And this guy is just tricking these people, making them believe, like I said, that he's doing God's work, and that he can revive the dead, which this girl is clinging on to, because she clearly lost somebody. I just don't know who she lost. So she's waiting for this guy to revive that person. But then Al and Edward, they tricked him. They made him confess to everybody, to tell them that he was just using them. He's creating an army, right, of followers, like a cult or something. You know how when you're in a cult, you do everything that your leader or whatever tells you, even sacrifice yourself for them. So he's trying to raise that kind of army, I guess, around him,
and all that. I'm like, whatever. And then he got killed by lust. When I first saw her, I'm like, I knew because I said I've seen the original Fullmetal Alchemist. I don't know if I saw it up the way to the end and like everything. So I knew her. I forgot her name. I called her Greed, I think, in the first episode when she showed up. But no, her name is Lust. And then Gluttony, it seems like he just likes to eat things. And then he ate the fake priest or whatever, ate him. And then she's like, Father will be mad at us. So when she mentioned Father, I'm thinking that's the guy whose face we saw in the first episode, right? That was showing up, opening his eyes and closing his eyes. And I think he's also Edward and Al's father, right? That's what I believe. I just don't know what his goal is. You know, what are their goals? I don't know that. And then when Cornello opened something and then this camera came out, and then I'm like, oh, camera, because I remember an episode where I think there was someone that sort of like mixed this little girl with some kind of animal, and that was a really sad episode. So when I saw camera, I'm like, oh, camera, I feel like he's gonna come up sooner or later. Yeah, took care of this guy. And then this girl was like, even after all the things that they've told her, even after Cornello like said what his goal was and everything, she still wanted the Philosopher's Stone to try to revive it. But like, girl, it's not possible. Okay, like, Okay. Yeah, so I had mixed feelings this episode throughout, because like I said, religion is something sacred to me. So to see this guy doing all this, and then I'm like, he's a fake messenger of God, and then I know that there are gonna be fake messengers of God in this real world. So it's like they already are. So it's like, I don't know, just seeing that and then taking over the real world stuff, I'm like, but whatever. Thank you guys for watching my reaction, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you can find the full length of this reaction and early access to a few of the animes that I'm reacting to, such as this one. So you can see the next episode, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood episode 4, right now on Patreon at patreon.com/filimini. And I will see you on Thursday. Bye.